For those of you working at home, this is how we're going to do our lens project, okay? You will be using your iPad or your phone to shoot these images, and they're going to mimic the types of lenses that we talked about in your presentation and that the kids at school are going to use on the camera. In order to make this happen, you have to go to the self-serve store and you need two apps. You need the Fisheye Video app and the Magnify app. I'll show you them. They are here on my iPad at the very bottom row. Fisheye Video and Magnify. Okay, for your macro or your super close-up image, you're going to use the Magnify app to get really close to an object. This is the video that you're supposed to watch. It says don't zoom in too much or it loses quality. It actually gets really, really grainy. So don't zoom in too much. And shoot in a well-lit area. So I'm actually moving over in my room right now. I'm going to turn on a light and light it on a subject. You're going to turn in two macro photos. So here's the Magnify, right? And here's how it works. I can actually press this plus button and get closer and get closer and get closer. See how it starts to get really grainy right now though? So you have to make sure maybe you don't do it too close. Okay, and then it says tap to freeze the image. There you go. So it actually freezes the image, right? And then I hit this little camera down here at the bottom and it saved your image. You can also, you know, adjust some things right here if you want to. Oh, that's the invert button. Don't do that. But this little sun button over here is your, you know, adjustments, which you can do here, but I like the Snapseed app like so much better to adjust things. And then it's saved, so it should be in my photos. There it is, right? So you have to turn in two macro photos, okay? Prime lens, portrait mode. The prime lens has a fixed focal area and allows you to open the aperture wider, creating a very short depth of field. If you have a phone that has portrait mode on it, this is what you want to use to shoot this one. Your iPad unfortunately does not have portrait mode on it. So if you don't have a phone that has portrait mode on it, I would like you to shoot on normal mode, right, on your phone or iPad camera, and put an object in the foreground and make sure that there's a background farther away that will actually blur. Then you can go into the Snapseed app and there's a lens blur edit function you can do after the fact that will blur the background for you. But portrait mode on your phone works so much better. So if you don't need to do that lens blur edit in Snapseed, then don't do that. Just use portrait mode on your phone if you have it. Okay, you need one of these images. Next one is your zoom lens. Use your normal camera on your phone or your iPad and zoom into an object that is far away. So this is not a macro shot. This is not a close-up shot. This is like you standing far away from something and zooming in as far as you can, okay? And you need one of these images. The last one is really fun. It's your fisheye image, and you are going to use the Fisheye Video app to get this effect, and you're going to take one of these images. So here's the Fisheye app and it gives you this really cool like sphere looking effect. If you tap on this fish, you actually get different ways to see it, and you can use whichever you like. These ones that have the sphere effect, you're actually looking at my computer screen right now, but it looks like a globe. How cool is that? These ones that have the sphere effect, look at, there's my room, and have the black outline, those look more like the fisheye lens does in real life. So you can play with that, okay? You can also make it darker and lighter up here, okay? And then of course we're gonna, you know, take the picture and it'll save it to your camera roll. Okay. All right. Edit all your images when you are done taking them on Snapseed. and focus on your composition and your subject matter. Most of all, and shoot a lot of photographs, especially since you're only shooting, you're not actually getting the, to change the lenses and work with the camera. I really want to see you guys focusing on composition and subject matter and how you're taking the picture and getting creative with these different effects in your images, okay? So again, that's 2 macro photos using the Magnify app, 1 prime lens portrait mode photo, 1 zoom lens, zooming into something far away photo, and 1 fisheye photo for those of you at home.